So this has to be the most ridiculous article I have read all month. Porn is as harmful as cigarettes. Holy shit, it gives cancer. The no-fappers were right. And must be treated as a major health crisis. A time of intense difficulty or danger. Synonyms: catastrophe, calamity, cataclysm, emergency, or disaster. Wow, that sounds really harsh, doesn't it? And because of that, of course, the government needs to step in. Right? Like there was a free market. People were doing something that wasn't hurting anyone. But it's a crisis, says the government. And the government needs to further expand its reach and stomp this crisis. Okay, let's analyze this with a sane mind, with no emotions, right? Like just from a practical view. Can porn be dangerous? The answer is yes. Watching porn can be addictive. But you know what else can be addictive? Eating. Some people eat so much they become morbidly obese. It's also unhealthy. Drinking. Watching television. Playing video games. Watching these videos. I wish. But reading books. I actually had a girl in, I believe it was like 6th grade. She would read book after book after book, like every single time, even when she was walking. She was reading a book. I'm not even kidding. Like she was walking home with a book while on the street. It was an addiction. And she was reading novels. She wasn't reading like scientific literature or anything. Right? So anything, if taken to the extreme, including pornography, can be an addiction. And while the government sometimes needs to crack in on certain dangerous addictive substances, the rule is that we should allow as much as possible rather than restrict things. So in the case of cocaine, which damages the neuron or can, be placed into, let's say, a hamburger at McDonald's. You get cocaine or you put it in Coca-Cola, right? And it caused that product to be incredibly addictive for people. Yeah, I do agree that in that particular case, the government should crack on it. Now, did you see what I did? The government should crack. Come on. The jokes are just flowing tonight. But this is not about pornography. I'll tell you what's about. The British government decided that they want people to be unable to watch porn unless they have a license. I'm not even kidding. Like that is legitimately a thing that they want. So if you want to watch porn, you have to go to the government and beg. And say, government, can I please? Right? And they will give you a key after verifying that you're over 18. You go home, you introduce that key into your computer, and voila, you can watch porn. Brilliant system. Wow. Congratulations, Britain. You outdone yourself. But I don't think this is about pornography. I think they will expand this. Right? So the government will then start expanding and certain websites that might have hateful content, hate speech, they can also be included under this umbrella, under this firewall that doesn't allow people to watch porn, I guess. And of course, the system is going to be perfected. They're going to try to see how people try to sneak their way around it, what versions people have in order to try to bypass the security. I think that's what it is. And they chose porn because British people are very polite. Extremely so. And they don't want to defend it because, so you watch porn, huh? Yeah, I watch porn. Yeah, absolutely. I, the Romanian, need to come in to do the fight that the British people can't. If you're a British person, thank me. Thank me in the comment section. I do what your compatriots cannot. I watch porn, yeah. I can even go into details if you want. But anyway, right, so this is what it's about. And they're trying to create this moral panic right now that porn is bad in order to justify the ban that's coming. I think it's at the middle of the next year they're going to implement it. I haven't kept up with the law, but it already passed the British Parliament. And it's going to be applied soon. Very interested to see the consequences. But anyway, pornography causes so much harm, it should be treated like cigarettes and reckless driving. Okay, first of all, reckless driving not only endangers others, but it can kill people. I have yet to see someone dying because they were browsing X-Hamster. Now, if there is such a case, please, for the love of God, please show it to me because I want to laugh. I want to say how sorry I am for what tragedy has occurred. MPs demanded last night. Of course, yeah, they demanded. Yeah, well, why not? Why not? The servants of the people demanded. Members of the Commons, Women, and Equality Committees. Oh, wow. Why am I not shocked that this has to do with feminists? Huh? Why am I not even remotely bewildered? Said porn should receive as much public funding as any other major health issues. Okay, so more taxpayer money being wasted away. Billy watches porn, and because of that, the government is going to go into your wallet to fix Billy's problem. Because Billy can't stop himself. Why can't Billy pay with his own money for his addiction? I'm just asking, you know. The MPs insisted public places must be made safe for all women and girls. Man, wait till ISIS gets their hands on this shit. You know, the moment ISIS manages to figure this out, can you imagine this? Like, you have like a huge group of people, and you see this ISIS member just moving his hand towards the pocket and whipping out a cell phone and then opening Pornhub. Oh my God, like that would be the most unsafe place on earth, wouldn't it? I can only imagine it now. Oh my God. As they call for a ban on viewing adult material on mobile phones on buses. Holy shit, this actually happened. By the way, is this a thing in Britain? Like, do you... I visited London. I never saw it, but usually people don't watch porn on bus. It's a social stigma, if you will. Like, the government doesn't have to come in. Like, people have common sense. But Britanskis, like, do you see this happening? Like, do you sit down in the bus and then someone just, you know, whips out a cell phone and starts watching it? Because that would be quite peculiar and awkward. I know British people are polite, but this would be very interesting. Like, do you ask permission? It's like, do you mind if I take my smartphone and I watch some Backdoor Slots 9? Huh? Just fucking crazy. Imagine making a law for a thing that's not a problem. It's like, oh yeah, there's people watching porn on buses. Yeah, we should make that illegal. Okay, I suppose. The group made a raft of recommendations on how to curb the harmful impacts of pornography. And the committee also criticized social media firms such as the Twitter and Facebook, noting online spaces are public places where sexual harassment of women and girls is rife. Well, let's keep women and girls away from Facebook and Twitter then, if it's so bad. No? If it really is so bad, then it should be a moral imperative to keep girls and women away from these horrible places. Who agrees? I'm convinced. It took the feminists to point out, look, after, like, every single time for years, like, it's been 4 years now that they keep saying Twitter is unsafe, for 4 years, and they kept trying to crack down on it, and they constantly upload the conditions and the terms and policies and stuff. Let's just say, okay, well, you know, this is an uphill battle. Let's just make sure that girls and women don't get on Twitter. It's not a safe place. I mean, you don't care about the health of girls and women? Are you that sick? Are you? If you say no, then you're the problem. You want girls and women to suffer. You horrible beast. The MPs called on the government, of course, yeah, the government, to force global internet giants to take action on the issue. Why are there no groups trying to force the government to get internet giants to be pro-free speech? Like, free speech is a human right. Well, or freedom of expression or something like that? No. Why is it always that these MPs call for the government to restrict things? Like, thou shall not. Thou shall not is the thing that they keep loving. Don't do this, don't do that. This is not allowed, this is not permissible. Constantly. You know, like, make it easier, government. You know, here, I have an idea. Just make a list of things that are permissible, and then you just make a law. Everything that's not permissible is a sin. Problem solved, right? Like that just because every single year I'm shocked what the government wants. You know, like, don't do this, and I'm like, not that. You know, no, yes, that. You can't do it anymore. It's like, all right, then just, you know, stop shocking me. Just I'm beaten. I give up. Just make the list of things that I'm allowed to do, and just say that everything that's not on this list you're not allowed. Can you imagine, like, the government would have no more job then? Like, they would be out of a job. They would literally have nothing else to do. They would get bored. They would go into the Senate or the Parliament, depending on which country, and they would fall asleep. There would be no more discussions, no more legislations to pass. You know, the job done. They already canceled everything. Maybe they would just look at the list and they would say, well, you know, we allowed this thing, but maybe we should remove it. The demands were made in a damning report which found many women and girls were left terrified by sexual harassment fears. Oh, well, if they were terrified. It's not even that they were... Look at this, right? This is just absolutely bewildering, right? It's not the fact that women were terrified because they got sexual harassed. No. They were terrified that they might get sexual... Fuck me. Oh, can we outlaw the government by this? Because I'm terrified at this point. I don't know what else they're going to cancel. I don't know what else they're going to ban. I'm terrified. It found... Or maybe I'm not reading this right. No, it's like they were left terrified by sexual harassment fear. So they were afraid they might get sexual harassment and were left terrified. Tell me, maybe, you know, my Romansky might be interfering, me not speaking English properly. And this is how I understand the phrase. It found girls as young as 10 were being sexually harassed, with many targeted because they were wearing school uniforms. What the fuck does this have to do with porn? And don't get me wrong, it's wrong that it happens. I think it's even a crime. Isn't it a crime already to harass schoolgirls that are 10 years old? I mean, in my country it is. How savage place is this Britain? Like, I'm reading this from the international press and I'm thinking, wow, Britain must be a savage country. Like, look, 10-year-old girls can get harassed. And it's not illegal or anything. Oh, wow, luckily the government comes in. What are they going to do? Outlaw porn. What? Huh? How? What? And more than 2 in 5 young women have been sent obscene photos. Oh, not obscene photos. Oh, 2 in 5 young women in a population of 66 million. Only 2 in 5. Wow, that's a good statistic, I'd say. Obscene photos. Horrible. I think that we need to make a center for these women to recover. They have seen obscene photos online. By the way, if you show a man an obscene photo, that's fine, by the way. That's fine. The MP suggested a nationwide public health campaign to warn the dangers of pornography. Well, I guess you managed to fix hepatitis, you managed to fix AIDS, you managed to fix diabetes, you managed to fix, all the important shit. And now we move on to the polishing aspect, huh? Oh my god, another bands. Get it? We're talking about porn and I'm polishing? My god, like these people. Jesus Christ. Who pays them? Who funds these people? How much money is spent on this shit? Is the NHS really that profitable? Is it doing that well? That's like, you know what? Let's spend some money on combating porn. Why? Well, people watch it. And like some people get addicted. It's like, well, isn't that their problem? No. It's everyone's problem. Like, holy shit. In one infamous case, murdered his 16-year-old stepsister, was found to be obsessed with violent pornography. Okay, again, 66 million people, one person was a criminal. It's a crisis. I'm not saying like the guy shouldn't go to jail. I'm not advocating that, this should be a problem that's ignored. However, don't you think there's a little bit of overreaction? Like, okay, he was obsessed with violent pornography. He probably went on the internet as well. Matthews was believed to have watched a violent pornographic film before he murdered her in the bedroom and dismembered her body. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, yeah. It's fucked up, but I don't think it's a national crisis. I don't see why you should spend your taxpayer money to take the liberty of other people to do something that's not more harmful than cigarettes or drinking. Like, you notice that they don't go after drinking. Isn't that interesting, eh? Because drinking is not online, I guess. Drinking is not online and you don't have to install a censorship machine, so... police found a 17-minute pornographic film, no, which showed the victim being beaten up on her bed. He was found guilty in murder and was sent to prison, the animal. Okay, good. Right. But here's a question. Wouldn't you have to prove that the violent movie made him become a monster. And it's not the fact that violent movies attract monsters, like monsters exist, and they tend to gravitate towards these things. Huh? Just say. How many other people watched that movie? How many other people decided to murder their sisters? Isn't that the question? Like, honestly, oh my god, am I the only one asking these things? Is this difficult to ask? Apparently, yes. He was given a life sentence with a minimum 33 years in prison. His girlfriend was cleared of murder but found guilty of manslaughter, blah, blah, blah. The report criticized the government for not having plans to address adult men's use of mainstream online pornography. Well, hold on a little bit. He was watching some fucked up shit that I don't watch. Like a victim being beaten up on the bed. That's not mainstream pornography. Like, again, who wrote this garbage? What porn are you watching? Maybe you're the one who needs help. Maybe this is a little bit of projection. Holy shit. It noted that research suggests men who view pornography are more likely to hold sexist attitudes and be sexually aggressive towards women. Yeah, okay, I don't fucking care, right? I watch pornography. I'm not more aggressive towards women. And I don't hold sexist attitudes. So why shouldn't I watch it anymore? Is this like the thing where you're in high school and Billy manages to stick chewing gum on the bottom of the desk and the teacher catches him and it's like, because Billy did this, no one else is allowed to do it now. No one else can have chewing gum in class. You guys experience that shit? Very, very not cool. But anyway, so by the way, when you look at this research, first of all, it's more likely. How much? 1%? 0.1% would be more likely. But then it's like to hold sexist attitudes and be sexually aggressive. What does that mean, be sexually aggressive? Like spank her on the bed? It's like, and she goes like, you are sexually aggressive to me. Huh? I don't know. I think Japan has the most far out porn in the entire world. I don't think like it might be the nukes. That's what I think. I think it's the nukes. Like nowhere else in the world can you see porn more disturbed than in Japan. Like they're full on. And it's also disturbing because they censor the dick. Like, did you notice that, right? Like, if you watch Japanese porn, they pixelate the penetration. It's like, oh, that's why I'm watching it. The fuck are you doing? But anyway, is their society collapsing? Like, are Japanese women in danger? Should we invade Japan in order to rescue the women there? Because apparently, like, look, the study shows. I really hate, like, social studies. I hate them with a passion. It's almost like the academia is coming. They're the truth tellers. Yeah, okay, right. Mein Kampf was just published in academia in a peer review paper in grievance studies. I'm not even making it up. It happened. I made a video about it. I don't care anymore. Like, oh, the study. Yeah. Fuck yourself. If like honestly, all I care is I look around, I can experience things, I see things. Everyone watches porn, right? Like, how can you even make the study? This is what bewilders me. Like, how did you manage to find men who don't watch porn in order to make your study? This is why I think you're full of shit. Like, what? Did you went to people who are castrated? Did you went to people who have testosterone issues and they can't get it up? And they like they were the ones that took part into the study? Like, I'm legitimately curious. How the fuck did you manage to do this shit? Good God. So anyway, it went on the government to take an evidence-based approach to addressing the harms of pornography, similar to the huge investment there has been over many years in tackling road safety or preventing public health problems. Yeah, but these things endanger other people. Well, I guess your study would say that, oh yeah, men watch it and they like, man smash, you know, like that's what I do when I get off RedTube. Get off RedTube and it's like, just saw some good porn. Where's the woman? Is this how you guys feel? Because I don't. I mean, but apparently there's a study. Holy shit. How do women react to seeing these studies? Like, this is why you can also guess that it's a very feminist study. It doesn't show, like, how do women feel after watching porn? Don't tell me women are angels. They never watch porn, huh? When women watch porn, they go in the mirror. The report added the definition of commercial pornography, services for the government, policy on age verification. Oh, by the way, so yeah, this is the one. So, government commercial pornography services for the government's policy on age verification of pornography websites should be amended to include social media to ensure that the policy is effective and comprehensible as possible. So basically, they want to also include Twitter in their, I don't know, Chinese anti-pornography wall. By the way, do you know what's funny? Germany did the opposite. They spent taxpayer money to promote feminist-friendly porn, to educate men on how to fuck. I'm not even kidding. Like, Google it. It's just like, why is the government concerned with this, right? Because I don't want like a subscriber that's watching right now. You're watching right now. You think, oh, V, you love porn. You want the government. No, I don't want the government. That's the main point. Like, I don't give a shit about porn. Well, I do, but not in this context, right? It's not the government's job to ban it, and it's not the government's job to promote it. Is this that difficult to understand, right? Now, of course, there are some genres, like, for instance, when you're fiddling little kids and there's actual victims, then yeah, of course, that should be banned. I agree, right? Like, I'm not, I'm not that dense. I'm not the person that's unreasonable. However, normal mainstream porn, who cares? Tory MP Maria Miller, the committee's chairman, said sexual harassment in public places is a regular experience for many women and girls in the street. Yeah. Look, what's her name? MP Maria Miller. Let's say you ban porn. Let's say you get your wish. You get your wish and you manage to ban pornography. If sexual harassment doesn't go down, will you resign? Will you do that for me, lady? Will you say, you know what? I tried. I quit. All these authoritarians, they have one thing in common that pisses me off the most. Right? This is probably one of the main reasons that I find them all to be upstart cunts. They will always see a problem that other people don't, but they will insist that it's a big issue. And then they will say, okay, I have a solution. You just need to implement this. And you implement it, and the problem remains. It doesn't change. Shouldn't they be held to account? Shouldn't they be held to responsible? I mean, if you're an engineer and you build a bridge and it collapses, isn't it your fault? Women feel the onus is put on them to avoid risky situations. Well, see, that's the funny thing about the magic of Me Tooism. Men were complaining that fake rape accusations are a thing, right? And the onus was on the man to avoid the fake rape accusations. So they started to not promote women in the office, to Mike Pence it, to not want to be caught alone with women. And the Guardian was livid about it. Why are you livid, the Guardian? Like, if the onus is on men, they seem to take it. But if the onus is on women, they seem to ask for government intervention. And it's like, oh no, society needs to change. I do my part. I don't sexually harass women. And I don't care about anyone else. Don't sexually harass women. I'm doing my part. If someone else sexually harasses, there is a police that I already pay tax money in order to function. Oh no, but I need to feel, I need to experience that there is a bigger issue. No, it's not. It's not a bigger issue. And if you think it's a bigger issue and you're in my country, I won't vote for you. Simple as that. I won't vote for you. The report warned that the government is giving the impression it thinks sexual harassment is either too trivial to address or that the problem is immune to policy intervention. No. Look, the government already addresses it. It criminalized it, right? Like, sexual harassment is a crime. There is a police and there is a jail. Period. End of discussion, right? I don't care. If you care, I will not vote for you. Simple as that. Right. I miss making these types of videos where I just take an article and go through it. Did you guys miss it? Huh? Anyway, if you like my stuff, please share the video. Please subscribe. And let me know what you think. Oh yeah, and by the way, I hit the subscription number because I'm testing something out. I will put the subscription number back probably next month. I just want to check something before I do that. So anyway, man, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.